Hey guys, Wolvie here and welcome back to the channel. As always, the usual disclaimer, any opinion here is mine and mine alone. So I do have a fun video planned here, so I do have some stuff that I do need to post and I also need to film throughout this entire month of January. So it's going to be kind of busy for me, like filming and or posting. And I do have an announcement at the very end of this video, and it is a good news video sort of thing, so stay tuned to the very end for that announcement. So, without any further delay, we're going to get into the topic of this video, and that is how to create the Windows Media Creation tool. Now, what you're going to be needing are as follows. The main thing here that you're going to be needing to get the media creation tool is a flash drive. Now you're going to need something that is at least 8 gigabytes, and this is a 16 gigabyte Gen 3.1 I want to say. Then you have to have a computer to make sure you know what you're doing, so to speak. So this is one of those where you're going to be creating a media creation tool for the flash drive, so that way once you get Windows onto your DIY PC, or alternatively if you need to do a fresh install because something happened that corrupted the original drive, you're going to need something like this on hand. Now I will mention here that in my personal opinion, you having a Windows Media Creation tool and the genuine key is cheaper than going after something already done, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna go over the steps into creating the tool, the Windows Media Creation tool. Okay, so I'm back. So I had to make sure I set up the tripod, all that good stuff, to make sure everything is up on the up and up in sense of recording and show you guys how I'm doing things. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to have to type up here in the search screen the following: Microsoft So as long as you get the first few letters or first few words, so you should be okay there. And yes, I'm not one of those who's very shifting to make the word correct and complete. So that's it on that. So this is it. That's the Windows Media Creations tool. Everything highlighted, ready to go. Then you're going to have all this stuff right here. So this is Windows 10 and or 11. So we're just going to do this right here. So where my mouse is at is the create the installation media for Windows. This is Microsoft support. So this pretty much is your, how do I want to word this without being too wordy, is that it takes you to this screen right here. So you have to download tools. So I'm going to do Windows 10, or you can do Windows 10 or Windows 11, whichever one is completely up to you. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to double check something on a motherboard. Okay, so I had to double check the female driver's motherboard. So the motherboard can withstand Windows 11. So, and the most important thing I forgot to mention with the flash drive that's that's connected to Odin right now is that I labeled the flash drive, so that way not only do I know what's exactly on that flash drive, but also when I give it to the driver or whoever, they know exactly what it's for, what you're supposed to do with it. So we're gonna go to Windows 11, and Odin, believe it or not, it is it's very much Windows 11. So we're gonna do the Windows installation media. So where I'm gonna click here is before you begin, all that stuff right here. It shows you all the steps you need to have. So I'm going to turn on something below my desk right now, so that way I can get the right one. So we're going to do all this stuff right here. So I'm going to download. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to go over here. You have the creation tool. We're going to open this file. And then you're going to see a prompt like this. Now, you could see this with Windows 10 as well. I'm going to hit yes. Getting a few things ready. Now, this is right here in the Windows Creation Tools. So you're going to scroll through all of that. And then you're going to hit accept, or should I say click accept. Getting a few things ready. Now, fortunately for Odin's new motherboard, it is like already ready to go with Windows 11. Recommended options, and we're going to hit next. Now, it does show here that, and this is what I said earlier in this video, is that the flash drive needs to be at least 8 gigabytes. And fortunately for the flash drive I'm using, it's 16. So, I'm going to hit that. Or should I say click that. So you're going to be seeing all this stuff right here, all that good stuff. Now, the progress, it should go up to 100%. I should be ready to go. Now, once I'm done getting the creation tool on this particular flash drive, like I said, I will be giving this to the female driver alongside the flash drive with the BIOS for the motherboard, she's going to be getting. So that way I can have smaller items in her hands already. But with that being said, at least she has the 2 key items in case she needs to reinstall anything on her build. Now, you may or may not be able to notice, but in the lower left corner of the screen, or I should say closer to the lower right corner of the screen, that is the Ethernet cable. So that's how Odin is performing as fast as it is right now. Like I said, I do have an announcement coming up at the end of this video, so that way, just stay tuned for that. So this is creating the Windows 11 media, so she is going to be good to go in that regard. I do have a flash drive in my possession, for my builds, and that's what I'm going to be using, but this is going to be her flash drive in case she wants to do a clean install on her own, or if somebody she knows would need to use it for getting the operating system on their PC. So it's a bit of a paying forward, so to speak. So, and with the announcement, a bit of a hint in that regard, it is 2 items. One of them involves Odin, actually one of them involves Odin, but in the sense of I'm going to be splitting up the news. But again, both of them are good. So, in the meantime, here we're still, making sure that we're still in the process of creating the media. Now, I'm going to hold off, what I do with Odin, until after the media is successfully on the flash drive itself. Now, I could have done this with Windows 10, which creates the upgrade to Windows 11, but I'm just a bit of one of those people where it's I tend to march to the beat of my own drum, if that makes any sense. And right now, they're still creating the media for the flash drive. So, the driver's build, she will be having Windows 11 as her operating system. And yeah, I was thinking about saying something else, but I'm not tonight. It's New Year's Day, folks. Okay, so good news here. The USB flash drive is ready. Now I'm going to hit finish. Then it's going to do all that stuff right there. Now what I'm going to be doing here next is I'm going to eject the device. So that way I don't have to worry about like things getting quote unquote corrupt, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go over here. Now it goes to show you that it has all the files, you need to like when someone like gets Windows on their system for the first time or need to do the reinstall because of a previous drive that got corrupt. So I'm going to do a right click here. I'm going to do eject. So that way I could get this like, safely like secured and then eventually into the female driver's hands. And there's going to be a prompt towards the bottom right, just like I could get there, which will show you that I can actually remove the media. And there you have it, folks. That is a successful run with the Windows Media Creation Drive. So like I said, I do label it. Now, the reason why I label it like this on purpose, in case, somebody does Windows 10, get the free upgrade to Windows 11 or to Windows 11 up, like outright. Now for the first round of good news. So the good news here is that at some point this year, I do not have any idea as to when in 2023, but I am going to be upgrading the NVMe storage for Odin. Now, the reason why that is simply because I want to improve the performance of the build. That's the only reason why I'm doing it, and that alone. So I am going to be upgrading it. So like I said, I don't know when, but it will happen. And the only thing I can reveal in sense of the upgrade to the NVMe drives in the Odin is that it's going to be two 2 terabyte NVMe drives, meaning that one for the boot and the other one for just storage. That way I have a little bit more storage to work with for Odin. So that is good news number 1. And to end this video, it is good news number 2. Now, the reason why I've got this cooler, it is a Thermaltake UX100. It's low profile. Now, you guys remember I tested Odin's original motherboard with the AMD Ryzen 5 5600G. That is one of those CPUs that has integrated graphics. So the reason why I bought this particular cooler is that I will be challenging myself to doing a mini ITX build. Now, beyond that, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with it. I might hold on to it as a backup build for Raiden if need be. I might give it away. I don't have a clue as to what I'm going to be doing with it just yet. But this is going to be the cooler for a mini ITX build. So that's that on that, and I'm done with this video. With Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.